Are you getting my request? Because I'm trying to accept your request. I can see that you are unable to join. Oh,
Hi,
hi.
how are you? There we go. I'm
Hi,
better.
I'm good. Finally. Yeah. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Oh my God, wait. Okay. I'm doing
Okay.
well. How's everything?
It's good. I'm in India.
Cool. Back home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, how's life going on?
Life's been a bit crazy. I'm about to move apartments, so that's
Oh,
exciting. But yeah, I'm just working with that right now. And then I've
okay.
also been I have a photo shoot next week and stuff like that, so I'm just coordinating with clients.
Okay, amazing, amazing. So
Yes.
you will be here, you will we'll be talking about modeling careers and makeup career, hair career. So
Okay.
whatever which is related to us, and then we'll even talk about the hustle which all of us
Mhm.
goes through and people doesn't know about it.
Yep.
And people find the our fields very glamorous and fancy, but it is not, right? So we'll be
Yeah.
talking about that, and also we'll be talking about the aspiring models and makeup artists and how they can enter the industry, because many of them doesn't know how to get into this field. So
Mhm.
we'll be talking about that, and you will hear firecrackers in between, so don't get
No,
scared. It's
Bali, that's
Diwali
fine.
here. It's Diwali here.
hmm
Yeah. So we'll just wait for few people to join in
Okay.
then. Yeah. So how was your New York Fashion Week experience, by the way?
It was good. Yeah, it was actually my first season, but I had a lot of fun with walking, finding designers, that kind of thing. Initially, I booked flying solo. For those of you who don't know, it's a designer group. And
Yeah.
then before I hadn't actually made the casting, but then my friend was gonna walk for them, and then they said, "Hey, the fitting's happening. Maybe you can come in and talk to them and see if they need extra models." So I went in, asked if they needed extras, and then I booked 5 designers. So that's part
Okay.
of the hustle you were talking about, and I'm happy that happened.
Okay. Yeah. So for me, it was amazing. It was very different,
Mhm.
and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope to see you in February.
Yeah. So are you like moving in different city or in New York City only?
Oh no, I'm staying in New York, just a different apartment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how's your independent, like how it feels to be independent on your own, earning for yourself?
Whew. Well, let's see. I moved out at 19, yeah. It feels good to be able to do all of my own stuff, but money is not easy when you're used to other people, you know, paying for your food, that kind of thing. So, yeah, it can be a little bit tight sometimes, but I'm learning. I learned pretty quickly, how to manage money, that kind of thing. But I also enjoy the freedom. If I want to invite a friend over at like 2 a.m., I can. If I want to,
Yeah.
I don't know, if I want to go out to this party or this club that I definitely should be at because I'm almost 21 years old, I can do that.
Yeah, that's the different, like
Yeah.
freedom is different. Like what do you say?
Freedom is great, but
Everybody
their
like,
price
yeah,
on that.
freedom is great. So like for example, here in India, people generally don't move. Like they move for their graduation or mostly for their post graduations. They doesn't don't move
Oh,
before that, and all the finances are handled by parents mostly. So
yeah.
it's kind of different here. But I like
Mhm.
when people go out on for yourself, then you start becoming independent and you
Yeah.
start taking your own decisions. That the different story altogether, right?
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
my parents aren't exactly in the picture, so it was definitely hard at the beginning. Still is hard now, obviously, but I really enjoy being able to like handle my own stuff
Okay.
and like,
So we also have a photographer who have joined us. So if you could,
oh, great. Hi.
tell about the photography and how you like handle with your photographers and everything, so they'll get the insights as well.
Sure. Yeah. So basically, when I'm on set, one thing that well, I also like to talk to the photographer about whether they want to direct or whether they'd rather just let me pose on my own. And then also, music is very important. Sorry. I come from a
Yeah.
ballet background. So when I'm posing, actually, it feels like dancing. So when I play music that like fits the mood of the shoot and that we both like, it really makes the poses come to life in a different way.
Okay. And like, how was your experience working with me?
I had a lot of fun working with you. I like, unless it's Fashion Week, during Fashion Week, some models are asleep in the makeup chair. But since it wasn't a week like that, I liked learning everything that you were doing with the makeup. And then you did the Indian bridal makeup. I felt really pretty. That was my first time wearing it. And I loved all the work you put in with even bringing like a sari, that kind of thing. It was really cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I had fun too.
Yeah.
And you gave amazing poses and you even vibed along with the traditional look. So that's the versatility in you. Yeah, it
Thanks.
was
Yeah, models have to
amazing.
be chameleons.
Yeah. So also we can talk about like how you started your modeling career and how to enter in that industry.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah. So basically, I started modeling about 7-ish, 8 months ago. And before then, I was really into ballet. That was the career I wanted to do professionally. But then, as life went on, I realized that ballet felt more like something I needed to be good at rather than something I still had a huge passion for. So I thought with modeling, I can still get the same fulfillment of, like, being an art piece myself, which is something it has in common with ballet. And also in modeling, you can make a little bit more money.
yeah.
So with that, I can use it to help people in need. I actually have a post discussing this. Or people such as myself who are like young, passionate, trying to make it in the world, but money could be a challenge for them, that kind of thing. So to get into that, I honestly started with Google. I was looking for castings, learning how the industry works, submitting to agencies, taking my digitals. If some of you don't know what that is, it's just like plain photos of yourself, no makeup, that kind of thing, and trying to apply to as many like castings, clients, agencies as I could. I haven't actually gotten into an agency, but what I ended up doing was saying, okay, I'm going to do this with or without an agency because I don't want to wait around for an agent to want to book me when I can be booking myself. So I got lucky. I ran into somebody who works for Skylar Modeling Camp, which happens to be legit. And because a lot of these model camps are not legit. And then over there, I got some portfolio images taken. I was put in Harper's Bazaar, and then I learned how to navigate the industry a little better, and also got my comp cards, which have like images and like some of my measurements on them, so I could go to even more castings and show people my information. And it really just took off from there. I walked my first show in March. That was in LA Fashion Week, and since then I've been in some more magazines and walked bigger shows. So yeah, hopefully it's only up from here.
Yeah, it will.
Yep,
Yeah.
thanks.
So, yeah, you can just talk about the hustle and the hard work which goes behind, finding out like going for the auditions, going for the casting, and it's
Hmm.
not easy, right? So
No.
it does look glamorous, but it's not easy, I know. So
Yeah,
you can talk about that as well.
sure. Yeah. So once you're on set, you're gonna look glamorous, but you're still not gonna feel glamorous because before getting there, you went to so many castings. You made maybe a few of them, depending on, how trendy your particular look is at the moment, who the casting directors were, where you got sent, how lucky you are, that kind of thing. But then when you're on set, you can be at a photo shoot for like, you can be on set for several days and like for even 12 hours a day, more than that, that kind of thing. So you can feel quite tired. You may or may not always get food on set, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to take feedback, criticism, and also have your body under scrutiny the whole time.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, I'm not sure if it's intentional or not, but when people don't feed their models at like a really long booking, it's like, okay, I know you want us to fit into your clothes, but we also don't want to pass out. So it's a lot of, you have to work really hard not only to like have a good career and network with clients, pose well, that kind of thing. You also have to work hard to look after yourself and make sure that you can continue doing what you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And then again, you have to get up, work out, look after your diet, and then again for 12
Yeah.
hours you have to be on the set. So, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's difficult. It's not
Yeah.
easy. And then you have multiple changes at the same time, multiple makeup changes, hair changes,
Hmm.
then the heat on your hair, a lot of chemicals on the hair. It's
Oh,
difficult.
yeah.
And then you have to look after yourself, right?
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
looking after yourself is not easy, and working out is also not easy.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work out like every day now, and sometimes the motivation is not really there to get to the gym, but I manage. And then one of the hard parts about being a model is when you're on set, people will do like whatever they want to like your hair or your skin without thinking about necessarily the consequences after.
Yeah.
So I've had a lot of people, especially with curly hair when you're a POC, they'll put heat on your hair and not necessarily spray heat protectant because they're trying to like take care of it as fast as they can, which I appreciate, the urgency, but at the same time, maybe next fashion week I'm gonna have my hair braided because my hair is, a big part of my job, right? So it
Right.
needs to look good and be in good condition. Same with my skin. And if it's constantly, having heat put on it or having this product on it for a long time, then that may not be the easiest thing.
I think there is a connect. Is it good?
Okay. I think it's good now. All right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's what it is. Might look glamorous, but it's not. Same here
Yeah.
in India. It's good same everywhere. The
Yep.
process is similar. Yeah.
Hmm.
So is there anything else you want to share? You want to ask me about anything?
Yeah, sure. How did you get into makeup? I was always curious.
Yeah, so firstly, I'll tell you my educational background, then I'll tell you how I got into this industry. So,
Hmm.
by qualification, I'm BE Civil MBA Marketing. So, I'm a postgraduate. And then I was
Hmm.
working in corporate for almost a year.
Yeah.
And while working, my mind and my soul was not into the job. I wasn't happy because I was always a makeup enthusiast. And while I
Hmm.
was studying, while I was working, I was doing like I was taking order, I was taking classes, I was going for portfolio shoots, I was going for modeling shoots. But
Hmm.
then after in while I was in the job, I felt like this is not the cup of like this is not for me. and
Yeah.
this is not my cup of tea, and then I have to start something of my own. And my MBA taught me all the kind of skills which are required for starting a business.
Hmm.
And I started my own business. Now I have a studio here in India,
Oh, that's
and I
great.
take, yeah, I take bridal orders. I take fashion magazine. I'm
Hmm.
also going to work for celebrities soon,
Oh,
and
amazing. Congrats.
yeah, so I'm
Hmm.
trying. I've already worked for New York Fashion Week there,
Yeah.
and it was that gave me a different kind of outlook altogether, like how I look up
Hmm.
for things. And like for here, I go for bridal makeup orders. It's a very huge event here in India. It's a
Yeah,
three day long event. So
that's
people,
cool.
yeah, so makeup artists and the photographers are really important here.
Hmm.
So yeah, so that's how I got into this. I was always a makeup enthusiast. I love doing
Yeah.
makeup, not on me, on others.
On
So I
others,
love,
yeah.
yeah, I used to style my friends. I used to do their makeup, and I was like in the school
Hmm.
as well. So that's
That's
how I
cool.
developed. And when I do makeup of my clients, I feel really happy. I give my 101%. I even guide them with their looks, their outfits, their jewelry, and that makes
Hmm.
me really happy. And I do it from the bottom of my heart,
Yeah.
and I give my 110%. I don't even feel, even if I'm working for 12 and 13, 14 hours straight, and
Hmm.
if I'm not eating anything, not drinking water, still
Yeah.
don't feel like I'm working. And
Exactly, yeah.
yeah, because
Hmm.
I love my job. And I feel like
Yeah.
everybody should work in the field which they love. They should not go
Yeah.
like behind money. And
Mm.
I believe that in the field of art, or in the field of where the skill sets are important, like your art is important. There is no end, like there is no limit to how much you can earn. Obviously there is a
Exactly.
struggle in the starting phase, but
Hmm.
then there is no limit. If once you are there, and if you're good at your job, then there is no limit, I believe. Like,
Yeah,
so that's how.
definitely. I agree with that because I could have just, I know, gone to college for, I don't know, I didn't want to go to college and then get a job that I wasn't a fan of in the name of money. But I mean, obviously, I'm starting off now with not much money, but I can handle it. I'm 20. And then, like you
Yeah.
said, there's no limit to what you can do with it. And you have a great time. Like, I also don't feel like I'm working when I'm on set for like 12 hours because I just love what I do that much. And I'd rather have
Yeah.
that than, I don't know, be making six figures and not enjoy my life.
Like when we were like working on, when I was working on you, even at that
Hmm.
time we were working for really long hours, but didn't
Yeah.
felt like eating food or drinking water. We were like into our jobs, right?
Yeah, it
So
felt like we
that's
were
how it is.
having fun.
Yeah, so we can also talk about the social media, which really plays a very important role in our lives. Like Instagram is one of the app which really helps us getting, a lot of things. So if you
Yeah,
could highlight some of the points.
sure. So basically, as a lot of you may be aware, the algorithm on Instagram has definitely changed, right? It used to be so easy. You could post something, it would get hundreds of likes within an hour or so, and you were good to go. But not anymore. But the thing that hasn't changed is how important Instagram is for a job like one of ours. So we have to be able to adapt to the algorithm changes, posting regularly, and making sure that our brand is represented well on Instagram, and that we have a bigger audience because sometimes when it comes down to castings that I go to, they'll book another girl over me, not necessarily because they preferred her look. They might have actually preferred mine, but she has more Instagram followers because the client likes lots of followers because it means free advertising for them once you post that you worked with them.
Right.
So, yeah, we really need to grow that audience and be able to change our strategy for growing our audience with relative ease because Instagram wants a different strategy almost every few months. So, I guess I don't know if I have any advice about that. What I've learned is to post reels a lot, but I've also noticed that photos are starting to have a better reach. So just consistency with both. At one point, I was posting reels every single day and then photos maybe every other day with a reel. So sometimes I'd post twice a day, and I had a lot of growth then. So maybe that's something that I need to get back into doing. I've just been quite busy as of late. Sometimes I feel like I need an assistant. We'll get there, but
Okay.
yeah.
So for me, I'm posting regularly nowadays, but then
Hmm.
algorithm is not going positive for me. But then
Yep.
let's see. I'm just being disciplined and consistent to my Instagram. Let's
Hmm.
see. It's not in our hands anyways. And for me, like the number of followers should not matter. Your work should matter. Your skill
I
set
know.
should
Yep.
matter. But then nowadays everybody is going out there for followers, and makeup artist who has a lot of followers, and then
Hmm.
who are famous. But then I believe that everyone should look for their skill set, even for the models. Like for me, if I'm calling model for any of the project, I look for how she's posing, what are
Hmm.
her looks, and how is she going to present my work, rather than going for followers.
Yeah,
So that's how it
absolutely.
is.
That's what I
Yeah.
would do if I were picking models too. But that's what I do if I'm having a test shoot and I need a makeup artist. It's like, hey, this person did my makeup really well when I worked with them, and not they have 20K followers. Because, I mean, it's nice if someone has 20K followers, but I'd rather put together very high quality work than prioritize that as well.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's enough.
Okay, great
Do you
talking
want
to
to,
you.
yeah, great talking to you. Do you want to add anything else?
Let me see.
Any message of you want to give to our young audience who want to
Hmm.
start off their career or anything?
Yeah, I guess what I would have to say is put the work in when it feels like your work isn't getting anywhere. Keep putting the work in because the reason why most models who try to get in don't make it is actually because they stop. Because if you don't stop, you're most likely going to get somewhere, right? And like if you
Right.
don't have, the perfect 6 foot size zero agency standard that a lot of high fashion models unfortunately these days need to get booked, still keep trying because there's a market for almost every body type now. So you can
Yeah.
still, I have friends that aren't sample size and they get booked quite frequently with e-com, commercial, even some fashion clients. So yeah, the industry's always changing. Keep putting yourself out there and yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So
okay,
let's end the session, and thank you for
sure.
coming on
Thanks
my
for
live.
having me. Yeah, thanks for thinking of me. I really had
Yeah.
fun.
Okay. Thank you.
All
Bye.
right, bye.
Love you.
Love you too.